right, so the last half hour, and here we go. I am Aaron Boyce.
I'm Robynne Rose-Haymer.
I'm Elliot Ganda.
And I am Otis Ross with OneTalkNetwork.com.
Well, all things employment.
On OneTalkNetwork.com.
Absolutely, absolutely. And a question, a burning question that we asked folks was, in terms of employee size, what was the number one employer in Sacramento County? And I'm sure we have guessed that it was, somebody tell me?
The government, the state.
State of California, absolutely. With 72,000 employees.
Wow.
That's a lot, right? Mm-hmm. Now, this is interesting. The second place was, again, the government, Sacramento County.
Wow.
With 10,700 employees. That's a big drop, huh?
It is a big drop.
10,700. Now, here's what I think is going on, though. State of California with 72,000. I wonder if they're including across the state. Does that sound right? 72,000?
No, I think that's just as employees in Sacramento County.
72,000?
Yeah.
Wow, okay. That's a question. Okay. The U.S. government, yeah, you're probably right. Here's 9,900.
So U.S. government is number 3.
Number 3.
Wow.
I bet you can't guess number 4. It's not the government, but it's close.
Sacramento City Unified School District?
UC Davis Health System.
Oh, wow.
Go Aggies! Woo!
With, again, 9,900. Follow here, the top 10. Dignity Health with 6,000. Intel, okay, with 6,000. Kaiser Permanente with 5,400.
Live well.
Elk Grove Unified School District, 5,400. And the last of the top 10 was Sacramento City Unified School District with 4,200 employees. So that's pretty impressive, huh?
It is very impressive, and I do have to take a pause for the cause because Otis noticed both Elliot and I do a little happy dance for one of the employers. Both Elliot and I work for Elk Grove Unified School District, so we did a little happy dance that we were on the list. We like being acknowledged.
Okay.
So next up on our list, we have our featured book, and the reason why we're bringing this to you is because as you are either planning your job search or planning your job improvement, you're looking for promotion, it's good to make sure that you have technical knowledge about being a good employee and improving your employability skills. So our featured book today is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. That's written by Stephen R. Covey. And I'm going to list for you the 7 habits that he says we should all have. Mm-hmm. Habit number 1 is be proactive. Habit number 2, begin with the end in mind. Habit number 3, put first things first. Habit number 4, think win-win. Habit number 5, seek first to understand, then to be understood. Habit number 6 is synergize. And habit number 7 is sharpen the saw. So Otis, which of those habits do you find to be the most important for your situation?
Well, I think they're all important, but one of the most important ones I heard at the last, sharpen your saw. And sharpen your skills. Sharpen yourself. And
that's what I thought when I heard about all those certifications that you have. I knew that one would be real important on your list. Elio, what about you? Which one of those habits speaks to you?
I would have to say that the habit that speaks to me would be to understand, then be understood.
Mm-hmm. Why do you say that one?
I think that a lot of people listen to respond rather than listen to hear what someone else is saying. And I think it's important to remember that it's important to understand where somebody is coming from.
Absolutely. And Aaron, which one of those habits is speaking to you?
Well, in fact, what I wanted to do was I wanted to read the one that really speaks to me, and that is be proactive. Mm-hmm. And so on page 66, it says principles of personal vision. Now, clearly, we're not going to be able to get through the book, but just a little bit, and go something like this. As you read this book, try to stand apart from yourself. Try to project your consciousness upward into the corner of the room and see yourself In your mind's eye, reading. Can you look at yourself almost as though you were someone else? Now try something else. Think about the mood you are in right now. Can you identify it? What are you feeling? How would you describe your present mental state? Now, think for a minute about how your mind is working. Is it quick and alert? Do you sense that you are torn between doing this mental exercise and evaluating the point to be made out of it? Your ability to do what you just did is uniquely human. Animals do not possess this quality. We call it self-awareness, or the ability to think about your very thought process. This is the reason why man has dominion over all things in the world and why he can make significant advances from generation to generation. This is why we can evaluate and learn from others' experiences as well as our own. This is also why we can make and break our habits.
Well, that's very deep, Aaron. What does that mean to our listener?
Well, one of the reasons why I like waking up out of bed, no matter the time, is I never know what the day's going to bring, where the day's going to take me. I do know this. Successful people make life happen for themselves. They don't let life happen to them. And so being proactive is a part of that. To be able to do the things and think about things that can change your life. To take yourself out of the equation and look down upon yourself as if you were someone else. So that instead of you being all personal, well, that's not what it meant, so that's not it, you don't understand. You take it out and you say something like, well, if instead of Aaron, it was Bob, how would you view it then? What would you say then?
So would you say that would be a lot more like taking accountability for your actions or your outcomes?
And yes, so being proactive is about taking accountability so that you can venture forward. Being proactive, taking risk, yes, but calculated risk.
Right.
And I also think it's taking an honest assessment of who you are, because taking an honest inventory is important in order to be proactive. If you've kind of been deluding yourself about who you are, or if you say to yourself, oh, I'm a really good writer, but actually you're not a really good writer, it's important that you sharpen the saw, that you get some information, that you get some help, and that you also reach out to your network and get some support. So if you're honest with yourself about what your skills and abilities are, you have a much greater chance of success because you know exactly what tools you need to leverage and relationships you need to build in order to strengthen your position.
Yeah, I agree with you, Robynne. And one of the things that I heard you say is reach out to your network. Don't be afraid to ask your friends and the people who know you what they feel are the greatest strengths. That's part of being proactive too. Just going out and finding what other people think about you to help make that self-image.
Absolutely. And as we close this particular segment, I just wanted to let you know that 7 Habits of Highly Effective People is the book that every successful business person that I've ever known or heard about has read. Stephen R. Covey is a genius, and everybody knows it. If you want to be successful in any field, whether you're looking for a job or starting your own business, this is the book to read. We're going to be talking about this more, I am sure. But Robynne, what's next?
Next we have our top 5 of the week, and we're going to round out our show by talking about what are the top 5 things you need to do when you're meeting someone for the first time. And to introduce our top 5, we have Otis, who's got his elevator speech all prepared. Otis, let's hear it.
How I would introduce myself is this. Hello everyone, my name is Otis Ross. I'm a professional server administrator and I'm currently studying at Ashford College. I think you'll find me to be a person who really enjoys working with servers to configure them and to set up roles and features. I also enjoy managing user accounts in Active Directory.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, I got hung up there, excuse me. And with my professionalism, my experience, and my passion, along with my Microsoft certifications, I'm very confident that I can help you grow the success of your business by providing top quality customer service and professionalism. I can help you to make sure that your servers are always maintained and available. And basically, I just feel like if there's anything that you need done, I am someone you can count on.
Cool.
Thank you.
Very well done, Otis. You actually did an amazing job, and I think that one of the things that I took away from that is you repeatedly talked about the benefit you were offering to an employer.
That's right.
But you also touched on some of your personal skills, which is really important that you are making sure that employers know not only what you know how to do, but also know what sort of teammate you're going to be while you're doing it.
Absolutely.
So the top 5 things that you should do when you're being introduced to a person for the first time, so in your first meeting or your first impression, is smile. A smile makes everyone feel comfortable. You should also
smile be your umbrella. I had to say that.
let your smile be your umbrella?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. Also, a firm handshake. It is valuable to practice handshaking with someone because we all think that we're going to do it right when that critical moment comes, but that's something that you should practice.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, you should have eye contact with the person with whom you're meeting for the first time. Elliot did the googly eyes. That was a little bit scary. But you want to make sure that you're not staring them down.
No creepiness, please.
That's right. No creepy death match there. But good eye contact, positive, warm vibes, and then also be present in that conversation. We talked a little bit about in the second hour, making sure that you're not overusing your devices and that you're not really tied up with your technology. And Elliot pointed out to us that when you're being present with someone, that you're listening to what's going on and you're not just trying to figure out the next thing to say. Mm-hmm. So be present in the conversation. And finally, for the first time when you meet someone, before you depart from them, you want to share your contact information. We talked a lot today about building your network, and you never know if that person that you meet is going to be your next employer or your next coworker or the next opportunity. So you want to be sure to share your contact information. And that's our top 5.
So you did not write on the board, which means that I have to. So number 1 is what?
Smile.
Smile, though your heart is weary. Okay, number 2.
Firm handshake.
There's no song for that, so go on.
Number 3, eye contact.
Eye contact, yes.
Number 4.
Hold on, son, that's X contact. Eye contact, all right.
Any of that.
Number 4.
Number 4 is be present.
Be present. Now, that does not mean to give presents, but to be present, right?
That's right.
Okay,
Giving presents and being present are 2 different things. Although if you're meeting me for the first time,
yeah.
I like presents.
Okay, got it.
And then number 5 is make sure you share your contact information.
Share. All right.
And you'll be able to find those tips on our Facebook page, and also if you watch us on YouTube, Aaron is displaying it for the camera.
Yes, I am.
And you can listen to us starting on September 2nd from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. on onetalknetwork.com, and we are all things employment. Aaron, let's talk a little bit about what we've got coming up for our next show.
Okay, well, the next show, I believe we have some fantastic people from the Tuskegee Airmen coming in.
Absolutely. The Tuskegee Flyers is a new organization that's helping out youth and in the Sacramento area learn about careers in aviation. So we'll be excited to talk with Kareem at our next show. We're also going to do some of the same segments that we've done today, like our featured book and the tutorial. We're really excited that the Do You Know will be back. We'll be back with a brand new quote. And Aaron, what else have we got?
I have a young lady from South Africa who, knock on wood, will be on our show as well. She, although she said that she wasn't personally friends with Nelson Mandela, she did work in his cabinet and indeed did meet the great man, and was even jailed in a protest against apartheid. And of course, that's a very important thing. Protest. You can see even here in the United States. Sometimes things does take a little bit of process. So she'll be on our show as well.
Fantastic. We're so glad that you could join us during our inaugural show for all things employment. I'm Robynne Rose-Haymer.
And I am Aaron Boyce.
I'm Elliot Ganda.
And I am Otis Ross for all things employment on onetalknetwork.com.
Peace.